Ja tebi skažem, brat, ja sve ponimaju što ti skažeš, ja ne ponimaju Tobi Vena v čate. Tobi Ven, što on? Eto TI5 caster, brat, ja ne znaju ničego, ne ponijatno.
Давай?
Давай?
Давай.
Давай.
Da.
I guess the chat understood me, right?
I don't know. I caught one or two words in that.
Давай.
Давай.
Давай. Давай to the second game of this best of 3.
Yes, because the blood has been spilling, and maybe we get a more even game this time. Maybe we see a ban on, I don't know, maybe a drow.
Hopefully we don't see another 20 minutes game, because those games are not really fun. They aren't really fun. And we see an Ogre plus a Weaver versus a Tiny plus a Rubik. Man, you know what? Rubik plus Centaur is really strong, but Rubik plus Tiny ain't so bad either.
I feel like a lot of teams are over-investing in this Rubik pick when they see a Weaver. It's like, oh, yay, I can just run around really fast. Let's go. I mean, I can respect it. It's a very fun thing to do. And it is a positional spell. It's like the days of Animage would be a justified reason to pick Rubik, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand.
But versus Weaver as well. As you said, versus Weaver, perfect, man. You always have the Sokuchi. You always can move around. You're sneaky little Rubik. You don't care about this bug because you always have the bug's strongest weapon, and that's that Sokuchi. So I really like the Rubik so far. Every time we've seen him, like some games he has lost definitely, but most of the time he does a lot. And
I think in the current meta, positioning and mobility is a lot more important than these big ultimates. So people, they'll see a Rubik, they'll go, why? There's no Enigma, there's no Tide Hunter, but that's not what it's about anymore, right? We've talked about, I like to tout the term insurance policies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a black hole or Ravage usually gets treated as. It's just this means to make sure your opponents won't just jump you heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in this type of game, you see things like, for example, even the Bloodlust, or the Shikuchi, fantastic for Rubik because mobility.
Fantastic, of course. The mobility is so good for him. The bans coming out now from Navi are the PL and the Lina, which isn't really giving away way too much. It's basically the classic bans that we see very often, while from Team Lithium it's Undying and the Storm. I mean, that Undying, man. That Undying, it still burns. I can feel your pain, Team Lithium.
There's some respect going, and in fairness, it is justified somewhat. Navi, they can come at you hard. At the same time, you don't want to see an Undying coming out when you already have an Ogre Magi. It kind of defeats the whole I'm tanky and in your face logic.
Yeah, definitely. Undying versus Ogre Magi on the lane can actually win, because there aren't many heroes that Ogre can face up. There aren't many heroes that lose that battle, right? And, well, when you're an Ogre and you're fighting versus Undying,
life is a little bit painful. It's just that type of hero, though. Undying is very much about winning the lane phase, and oh, hello. Hello.
All right, here we go. Another beefy boy. Yep. We have a Shaker.
Sorry, we're getting into the muscle mode phase of the cast.
Mode.
Who's got gains here, Liz? Run me through it.
These muscles are making me talk gibberish, man. Just look at them. I can't. I'm basically zoned.
Don't scroll over the keyboard.
I'm just zoned into the
Dude, look
the
at the way Ogre scratches as well. He's like the way he tilts it on the side, like, yeah, check me out.
Scratch that back, boy. Nice. We have a silencer on the other side.
I want to ignore that because that's a boring pick. And this is the safe pick.
Look, it is a boring pick, but it's really good with the Rubik as a deny pick as well. Although you have the Shaker and the Ogre, which are most likely going to be the supports, there's still a possibility of a silencer pick versus you, and that silencer is so common versus Rubik, as you just mess up with all of his combinations completely, either with the last word or with the global silence, and even the arcane curse works so marvelously well versus Rubik. So I respect that pick, but look at this. Look at it this way: you have these two skinny mage boys on Navi, or you have these two big guys.
Here comes the body shaming.
What body shaming? I'm just saying they're big,
You can't see what's under the armor either. You jump at the gun a bit. And hello, Brew must come. We actually haven't seen any Brew in a while now, and it's. I was quite liking that he was returned to the meta, because this isn't the old Brewmaster that felt a little bit broken with the Drunken Haze. This is a more balanced and reasonable one, and so, still relevant late game with the talents.
So Kez really likes to play this hero, no doubt about it. He's good on Brew, if he's the one that plays it, who plays it, and I believe he will be the one playing the Brew. But my issue with this is you're picking the brew into the silencer, which leaves you, I mean, a little bit susceptible to those ganks with the global silence, and you have to itemize versus it. You either have to get some A on this or a BKB or something, use Lotus, something to get rid of that global, and I don't know, it puts you in a little bit of a predicament, I think. And besides that, you have a Rubik as well, and people don't really think about this. Rubik versus Brew. Rubik, actually, what he brings to the table is a form of instant initiation. If you steal that Sukuchi, or if he has that Blink Dagger, you're always in danger of Rubik initiating on you with the lift. And that's instant, right? You can't dodge it. And after that, you can follow up with Tiny or whatever else aside from Necro. So, I don't know, I like the Brew. I really would like to see Kezu do well on this hero, especially in this game, because it doesn't feel to me to be super optimal, but it is, I guess, optimal for him because he feels so comfortable on the hero.
And I like the Bloodseeker ban to make sure Brew can have a little bit more freedom, because right now, you're looking at Na'Vi are bidding low. Team Lithium need to meet them here, because if Na'Vi take over these lanes and come out strong, with a Tiny and a Necrophos, Lithium, I don't think they're going to be able to live much longer.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker ban also makes a lot of sense versus the Weaver. You have to ban him versus the Weaver, because Weaver, if he gets ruptured, his strongest aspect is completely shut down, and that's that mobility with Sukuchi. You can't really move around any longer. So in that way, I really like it. The Weaver also suffers versus Silencer though later on, so... I don't know, right now this Navi's draft looks really strong and problematic for Team Lithium. Let's just see these last two picks. We are missing a mid-hero most likely on both sides. And Lithium, they do have the advantage of the last pick here.
See if they'll be able to use it though. Huskar, there's a 9th pick Huskar.
Oh god, last pick Visage, last pick Huskar.
Okay, he's actually really good here. There is the concern of the Cyclones from Brewmaster, but that's it. Other than that, like, who's going to right-click him down? Weaver's an elusive type. He can't just be there consistently pummeling your face in. And Huskar has a lot of regen with the Inner Vitality.
Like, what's up with this meta right now? Like, we have cheese picks as 10 picks every single game. There's one hero that's cheesy. Yeah, I mean, the last pick, whatever. I mean, yeah, it's 9 picks, so they might have... They have 7 seconds to decide what's good versus him. Let's see. Clinks, actually, not too shabby.
Yeah, it's okay. Of course, with the strafe, you can dodge out the Burning Spears. It should be the matchup between Clinks and Huskar anyway.
Yeah.
And aren't you happy, though? Look at that. There's some muscles on the side of Na'Vi, finally. You complaining? You got some pecs.
Look at those blue abs. That's actually so good. So much got you right there in that Huskar, man.
Is this why you wear these blue shirts one day, to just kind of push them to the limit that you get those ab shirts?
Just have the buttons pop out and that's it. I mean,
let's
stop this. Let's stop this. Stop it.
For those at home, Liz actually put on a shirt the other day and the buttons did in fact go pop. Not because he's chubby, because...
I'm bulking, leave me alone.
He's too busy trying to show off his muscles. He's not choosing the right shirt sizes.
That's kind of true as well. Anyway, this game again, we have Team Lithium with the predicament of Huskar, right? You have to find a way to deal with that Huskar. And can they do it? They definitely can. They have ways. First, you have the Panda with the Cyclone that you talked about. You have the... What is it? The Panda's Drunken Haze to cast on him. Yeah. That can help. And you also have the Clinks, who can actually deal with Huskar fairly well at any point in the game because of the strafe, because of the ulti, because of the searing arrows. On the lane as well, he's kind of very decent versus Huskar, especially if they match up on mid, which I'm not certain that's how they're gonna lane. Usually we did see Huskar mid, but it doesn't have to be this game. So
I think it's kind of the case of the life break is a variable that's hard to deal with. He can get rid of the Drunken Haze. Of course, it does have that dispel.
That purge. So they have to invest into a vessel to deal with the Huskar.
Get that quick though. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup and I'm thinking, okay, you've got what, your Earthshaker. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to
build that. Yeah, your Brew on either.
Who's going to bite the bullet here?
Someone has to, because if they don't, they're gonna go out at 2-0. Because this Huskar, they have to deal with him. Oh, look at that water! Wow, why is it falling from a tree though? What kind of a tree has a?
That's a maximum salt tree. It's just tearing up. It's a baby race tree. That's what it is.
Look at that dragonfly.
Artor, he planted this a few years back. Has grown up now into a wonderful baby race tree.
Baby race tree. All right, so Arc is actually going to be the one that's on mid, not Crystallize. I think so, at least. So we're gonna have a Necro mid. Yeah, it definitely looks that way according to his items. They aren't showing their lanes. They're doing this in a very smart and cautious way. They don't want to really give any info out, because if they do, then Team Lithium can adjust to that as well.
That's the thing, that actually the matchup of the Necrofrost against Clinks is perfect for Na'Vi because the Ghost Shroud protects you. So the only way you're ever going to get killed is if Shaker makes his rotations, which can be quite predictable in this type of game.
Yeah, that lane can actually go either way. I think Clinks has a very easy lane versus Huskar, but Clinks versus Necro can go either way. So
There's a slap down, but Rubik snuck in. He actually got the runes to go move across and get an additional one as well.
They're
Maybe
gonna
next
take all
time
four.
with the head shake indeed.
They're taking all 4.
Yep, beautiful start
All
for
4
Na'Vi.
bounties, really?
All right, just tap out, game is done.
That's over. That's over. Let's go next. All right, we have a Necro blocking. It looks like a good block. Klink's doing the same.
Yeah, it's a slight advantage for Clinks actually. That's really good here as well because
because of the range.
Yeah.
It's definitely very good for Madara, but he's taking so much damage actually. He can't mess around too much.
And he sort of can because the only way Arc actually wins that trail. Whoa!
GG Bet, have mercy!
Everyone's like, I've seen a
What
Huskar
are
game
these
recently.
odds?
These odds are easy money if you're a believer in Lithium. Do you believe in the power of the Clinks versus the Huskar? That's what you gotta ask yourself.
If I was a betting man, if I was, I mean, I would go just for the
Just
sheer
the odds.
odds. Yeah.
Stick down like €5, you never know.
Man, this sounds like such a sellout. I never
It
bet.
does-
I
it
never,
does, but it's not.
I never bet, guys. Just so you know. So
It's just amusing sometimes because when
Yeah.
you see it, it's like, I wonder what the fans, the bettors are thinking. And you go, is this just because Na'Vi's Na'Vi? And I don't think it is. This Huskar pick, it's got the best lane it could get.
Oh, Weaver? Nah, in before I get the Weaver and the Brew are switching up, so something's happening. We are seeing some switches here when it comes to the lane. We have a dance of heroes on the mid lane there around the
Hence
river.
commences the musical lanes. No TP's committed so far because, of course, if you TP first, you're at disadvantage. The thing is, Na'Vi could try and look for the TP, leave the core down here, get a kill, then flip.
Yeah, that's always the better way of switching. You leave a core, then you rotate in, you have the number advantage, you get the kill, and then you get the core out. That's actually always better. Pexu, however, should be one happy ogre. He's one happy ogre over here. Look at him with his little shovel, getting some farm. Arc.
Oh, he's getting low, but so is Madara. So he's
has a
forced to use
salve.
his salve, but Madara should be as well.
Yeah, there's an arcane rune. If Arc sees that, that could help him so much on this lane, actually.
But this is concerning already because there's actually a CS lead building for Necrofrost. Oh, Vision
Huskar.
top lane, and we're going to Crystallize. 3
There we
heroes
go.
here. They'll run him down. He can't escape quick enough.
Yeah,
He's dead.
and this time Suneko is a measly little silencer on the lane. He's not your Undying. He can't stand in front. And honestly, so far, I think they're laning really well. And Huskar is struggling. I mean, Weaver, he was forced to switch lanes, and because of that, he hasn't found his CS. But maybe that's a preview of things to come, because that Huskar was such an easy kill right now.
Yeah, they have to actually get him now, push him down, make sure he can't get up, because one of the big benefits of putting him mid is you tend to get your levels regardless, and we've had this in a Huskar game before. It's like once you reach about 3-4, suddenly you don't care anymore. You can just take on everyone.
Exactly, but versus a Clinks, that wouldn't have been smart, because if you put him on mid versus Clinks, Clinks dominates that lane.
Definitely.
So so far, every game that we watched Huskar in was dominated by Huskar from the get-go. This game, however, he has 10 CS, he's doing fine, but he has died once, and he's under pressure. You can feel it already on this lane. And they're going to get the equilibrium, it seems, even back. So he's going to have to poke his head out if he wants to go for any CS. And if he does that, there's always the danger of the fissure. And there we go.
There we go.
That's it. That's what's
TP
needed.
rotation, Rubik shows up. They found Earthshake and put him on a cliff. Go for the TP out, it'll be successful, but that
I think
is a slight offset for him.
he ported to the shrine so he can go back top instantly, but he's going to be forced to use that mango because of that. Well, it's worth it. He's going to be quicker there, and he's going to have that one fissure to work with. But I really love the fact that Rubik is up there, as that's going to allow them to actually... Well, they don't have to win that lane, but they're not going to feel pressured on Huskar either.
Yeah, the benefit for Lithium here is that Brewmaster is less pressured, and of course this is a hero that if he gets a quick 6, he can actually enable every lane.
Yeah, definitely. Kazu on that brew can do a whole lot if he's uncontested, so...
But I do like Chu being up because I think the Rubik is actually the best hero in this 3-on-3. Because yes, Fissure's huge if you can cut someone off, but Fade Bolt can be the differentiator. You've got 2 melee heroes, and Weaver's not hard to zap with it.
Fade Bolt can definitely help. Crystallize so far looking really healthy. They aren't really trying to trade hits with him so much. And as an Ogre, if you aren't trading hits,
you're kind of losing.
Yeah,
hits, yeah, hits.
Hits, kits, whatever. You're kind of losing.
I hear we say our words wrong, so we gotta be careful.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's very interesting that it was aimed towards you because my Slavic accent, very nice, very good.
Very nice.
Very good English, nice.
Beautiful.
Why?
But looking at this so far, Tiny is top of CS, but you expect that. What isn't necessarily expected is how well Kezu's doing. Of course, the Drunken Haze does help a little bit, but we said already, leaving him alone might be a mistake. Chu needs to be careful here. Telekinesis lift to get him away. He's getting low on HP. The Fade Bolt comes out. This might be able to decide it for him. He might fall, but the damage is big. Mage. Is he going to go down? No, Chu. He's going to live here. He's fine. They burn out the Weaver, and Pex is going to try and hide in the trees, but they see him. They block him in, and he's going to fall as well. That is nicely done. Double kill for Crystallize, and, well, mistakes being made here.
Remember that hero that we said was pressured, that Huskar? Yeah, he doesn't
anymore.
really, not anymore at all. And you know what? I mean, Mage, he goes in for that Rubik kill, but Rubik was never gonna die there. Like, that was so obvious. There's a shrine, minute 5. They're fighting around the bounty runes because it is minute 5. And what else is ready at minute 5? It's the shrine, right? So you go for that Rubik, but he's just baiting you, and it's so obvious. He didn't even want to use that shrine, I mean.
You have to give props to Chu as well. He waited with the lift. He put him next to the Weaver, made sure the Fade Bolt hit those two, because if it hits those two, he doesn't die.
Yeah, he doesn't take any damage. Still, though, very well played by Chu and by Huskar and everyone else there. Everyone else there, meaning Soneko. He was the only one remaining.
They're stacking up mid here. They see Arc. They want to go on him, but Avshaka realizes he can't. He's actually going to steal the haste rune. Head back top. He got spotted out.
Perhaps
they've invested a lot of wards on the side of Lithium in the mid lane as well.
Perhaps with this haze they are able. I mean, it's so hard for them. Actually, this lane.
Well, they know about this because they saw it with the ward of the river.
They know about this, and honestly, I think this lane is out of control for them right now. Basically, what he's trying to do here is block this pull, but he's not going to manage to.
Kezu gets the split out. He's going to chase on the Blizzy, and I'm not sure if Blizzy gets out of this alive, but that's fine.
Hard.
For the split that had to happen, you don't mind. I mean, it's not optimal, but at the same time, it's not going to harm your Huskar.
Yeah, that split isn't used on some other lane. In example, he can't just port here now, use that split and punish the Huskar, and I think if you are Navi, you're kind of... I mean, you're throwing Blizzy under the bus again, but you're satisfied with that. In that last game, it worked out really well. He recovered. This game, he's having a much better laning stage. Yeah, he died to Kezu. Yeah, Kezu is going to have farm, but...
And that's the thing, this feels like a race between the Clinks and the Huskar. And Huskar, he's winning this right now. And you just see these constant attempts by Avshaka to go mid, look for a fissure block. He's never able to do it, though.
It's hard for them. They have to bait out the Shroud on mid, and after they bait out the Shroud, he has to go in for the fissure. And every time the Shroud is baited out, Necro goes back a bit, and is a bit more passive, scouts out. He has that excellent ward as well to see, as you mentioned. So, yeah, so far it's looking really grim for Lithium. They are winning that offlane with the Panda, but the other lanes aren't looking too great.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Brewmaster can do a lot.
Oh, but here we go.
Maybe try and go Crystallize here. They'll be able to fissure block him off, and it looks like he might fall. He's staying alive in the meantime. Going to turn around with a few burn spears, but it's not enough. 4 heroes overwhelm the Huskar, and they'll run down the Chu on the side.
There we go. This is excellent. They needed this. They needed to do something on this laning stage that changes the odds, that shifts the tides, right? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you can go that shift the tide. Yeah, go. That is correct.
Wow,
you can also go for tides are turning.
Tides are turning, all right. What about giveaway? What about chat giveaways?
Exclamation mark Maincast.
Exclamation mark Maincast. If you
Say
want
it
to
in
join
Russian.
it.
Give it to us in Russian.
Давайте на giveaway. Exclamation mark Maincast.
Now I understand Davai. That was not exclamation mark. You tried.
All right, my Russian isn't great either, but I'm learning.
You're getting there. We're getting there together.
Yeah.
The Ukrainian folk have been very helpful with that. They even teach you the kind of like the local dialect.
Yeah. I don't say thank you as spasiba anymore. I say дякую.
Дякую.
Very nice.
Very nice.
All right.
Oh, here we go. The cinematics. That's actually a pretty cool effect with the glaive. And this is kind of the aspect that hasn't been involved on either side so far is that silencer. He's been fairly quiet, living up to his name, shall we say.
I think, like, we're talking so much about this Huskar, but this game, unlike the last one, I think that Lithium identified the problem. It's the draft. We need a good last pick that counters their strongest hero, that's that Huskar, and I honestly think Lynx might be a good hero for that job. Like, he can work versus Huskar. I think what they now need to do is perhaps get a halberd on someone, even on Huskar, that could work versus the Clinks. And if they get that halberd, perhaps they should be able to deal with him. And they have to have good transition from the laning stage into the mid game, into that first Roshan, because if they manage to fail doing that, and if Clinks gets his hands on a few items, like Huskar can suffer. Like, this isn't a perfect Huskar game because of that Clink skill. Clink's pick, not kill. Exactly. There we go.
There we
right
go,
words. We have to choose the right words.
Yeah, you have to be very clear with what you're saying.
I have to work on this.
Don't worry, we'll get you there.
I have to work on this, man. I'm not really good.
You do.
I'm trying.
Kezu, not doing so perfect here. He's been found.
He has
three
split.
heroes here. Yeah, he has got the split, but can they kill him quick enough? That's the question. They have got the toss still to work with. They need to stack up the damage. He'll get the split out, and maybe next time's here he can cut him off with the fissure he wants to. Chu's been abandoned. They're going to leave him behind. He's going to lead him away, but he's going to fall. There's already use of the Cyclone out into the Huskar. They surround him on all sides. The stun when he comes down. He cannot escape this. The Avalanche buys him 2 more seconds, but he's dead.
Perfect. Actually, the way Kezu played that as well, like, he didn't want to split instantly. He was baiting, waiting for that last moment. Like, it was even dangerous a little bit because they have a lot of control. So he was playing on the edge there, but he splits at the right time. He cyclones the Huskar so that after they finish off the Rubik, they still have enough time to finish off the Huskar. And you know what? Clinks, he didn't even use the Stray for Rubik.
You know what? As well, turns out it's very easy to be relevant as a Brewmaster when your opponents come to you.
Yeah, you don't need that blink if they initiate on you. So.
And that looked like desperosity because Kezu is so damn tanky at this point. He barely felt it. They got him down to what, a third with the whole combo?
So they didn't really do enough damage to him, and he's having a nice game. He's actually, all 3 cores of Lithium are doing fairly well. They're on top, and I mean, it's not like Navi's cores are far behind.
Yeah, I think the big issue...
What's happening, Rubik?
Choose having a few issues.
Yeah, he's having some internet issues, it seems.
He can't choose whether he wants to play or not. And
please choose. Choose to play, please.
Please, we want some good games. We need Navi Seek. I'm kidding. Nah, Lithium would be good too.
Lithium would be good too, but Navi versus Secret. Let's not fool anyone. Like, that would be hype. It would be so. This is hype as well. Kezu versus Secret. That's still a good game, definitely.
And Kezu, he has been on Tier 1 teams. He's a very capable offlaner, and well, admittedly, it's much easier to be a capable offlaner when your opponents come to you like they did earlier. But actually, I think to kind of highlight, I want to talk about that because it's very important. Is what they've done there is we complain when teams do this. They see a lane is losing, they go, we need to recover that lane, and then they basically throw control of the game away to their opponent.
Yeah, to just recover that one lane. That's never really good. Overall, though, they recovered fairly well versus this Huskar in the mid-game after the laning stage. And they're doing well, man. They're identifying what they need to do properly, and they're rotating. I honestly think that Navi is playing a little bit sloppy, too. It's not only about Team Lithium. It's about the fact that they went for that Panda kill when it was... You know what was maybe possible there? Usually, there's always one player that writes down big ultimates, and maybe they messed up the brew timer for the split. Someone had a timer written down and they messed it up. They didn't. They maybe had some NA math going on. Maybe that happened. That's what happened.
Calculator broke.
Oh, look at that! Look at this. Shredded.
The abs. He's worked out.
Shredded, boy.
Worked out enough to see 1 or 2 picks recently. The anime. Not much more though.
Oh.
Avalanche. They're going to Kezu again. Speaking of the man himself, he doesn't have the split this time. They brought the last word. He will fall. Side slams him down. And that is an important pick-off. This side, there was no better target on the map at all you could have went for.
Oh, definitely. They smoked up. They got him. I mean, you'd be a bit happier if he had that ulti there and you still kill him, right? But now he's on the sidelines regardless. So it's a good kill, definitely.
He's only a level 1 side, but at the same time, that is a little bit more gold and XP missed out for Brewmaster. It means you don't have to worry about him for the second, and more importantly, he is the one to worry about right now. He is the one that controls this mid-game tempo for Lithium.
I mean, It honestly feels like Lithium is in control right now, though. As you can see, the way Navi is positioning themselves, basically 4 of them around that mid-tier 1, while Lithium is all over the place, so...
Yep, Madara's on the prowl. Seneco's going to be found. The pings already came out. He's moving across, and Seneco... Oh! That's a pause.
Question mark. Why do you question mark? The game pauses itself, Mage. Hello, Mage. Welcome to 2018.
Yeah, Chu has some big in-net issues here.
Yeah, it seems.
This is a third disconnect?
Yep, it happens. I've been there, man. I felt it. I played with a lot of Yugoslavian, like XU teams from Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, and we would have very unstable internet connections. Same goes for from these CIS countries, you know.
See, this is what's going on, Liz. You see, if we get you to a country with stable internet, we'll get you on a tier 1 team, we'll get you to TI, you win, and then you'll say it really is ping. I swear. I swear lag is why I lose.
Dude, I remember losing a tournament because we were at the booth house, and the whole house lost the internet.
Oh, no.
And we all disconnected. But back then it wouldn't insta-pause. Oh, no. So you just get team wiped or something, and then what do you say? Like, sorry guys, can we remake? What's the...
I think the best one I've ever had, like from a casting perspective, is when my cat turned off my PC.
That's awesome. For me, I haven't casted for much, right? It's only been, what, 6 months or something with you, baby? Oh, soon.
Oh, anniversary soon,
yeah,
right?
anniversary soon, man, yeah. My best one was, like, I'm casting with you. I'm trying to be as clear as possible with my Slavic accent, and my dog comes from behind and starts howling at me.
I remember.
And like, what do? I can mute the microphone so that you don't hear the howling, or I can continue talking, finishing like my thoughts, but then the howl is stronger and louder, and yeah.
That's great though. You know, it's a little bit of variety. I've had a co-caster before that's had like ambulances and police outside his house. I'm like, is everything all right there?
That does not sound great, man.
Yeah, it spices it up a little bit. I think the best part about that cat example I gave is the fact that the PC didn't actually turn off properly. So halfway through a cast, all people could hear me scream was, Mirana, no!
Very dramatic.
Not so dramatic with the Invoker there. Oh, look at that. This man is all about the drama. Eye patch, he's seen wars. He's seen things. He probably saw such a horrible sight that he ripped his own eye out.
This man is all about that keg, man. He probably poked that eye himself out, like, after drinking.
Like, how does that work? Did he, like, watch a Justin
too
Bieber
many sharp objects around, you know, when you're drunk. You might be very careful, or you might get...
you might just slip and fall on a twig, or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, the twig.
What, like, Dota lore-wise, what is the worst way to die possible?
Dota lore-wise?
Yeah, Dota lore or mechanics or anything like that, like, all it together, what is the worst way you can think of that someone could die?
Worst way to die? I don't know. What's your idea?
That's the thing, I'm trying to think. Come on, you're the expert. You've seen it all.
I'm the expert.
You've seen it all.
Burning from Huskar, like this cell bear is gonna burn out, maybe. It's not too...
I guess I've left it really open because I'm like, worst way, that could be like the most embarrassing or the most annoying. Should we go embarrassing? What's the most embarrassing way you can die? Is it that CM from last game if it wasn't a deny?
Yeah. Getting right-clicked by CM.
By CM.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Pre-20, like level 6
How about getting right-clicked by techies? That's even worse.
I mean, that kind of happens, you know, because he blast offs in and then just finishes with a final tap. He can do that. Other than that, who's there? Wyvern right clicks? Nah, you got Arctic Burn.
What the spell?
Kobold. Dying to a kobold that's been enchanted. That would be embarrassing.
To that little ghost.
No, the ghost is pretty powerful, right? 25% movement slowed.
The small one, though.
No. But the little baby ghost.
The baby ghost, yeah.
What about the baby kobold?
What's this?
This is...
I don't like where this is going, production. Actually, I do, but not right now. So, actually, keep on zooming in. I'm interested. Yes, that's it.
Yep, that drow has been sleeping darted. So, what's the quote? How I like my drows. Dead. And then just Crystallize looks and goes, wait, what?
I'm not going to king shame you, but come on. Dead?
What? No, I'm not like that.
All right.
I mean, in
No
terms,
king shades here.
in terms of existing in the
No
game,
king
in the
shaming.
meta, okay?
Oh, look at that pretty boy.
That is
What
the...
are those beads on his head? That's the... yeah, I know what that is. Yeah,
so like
I know. Never mind. My bad.
An Asian hat, I think.
Yeah,
but no,
it's nice.
that's the pre-nose job when I had to walk out because the power turned off.
He's basically Night Stalker, but green, when you think about it. And he has mouths.
And a little bit ethereal, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an undead Night Stalker. That is literally what he is. There you go.
Where are we going? What is this?
Oh, this is pretty.
Is this
These
a
are the
tower?
racks, right?
Racks? Towers?
I think these are the
I
racks.
don't know, but are we gonna...
Let's go inside.
Let's
What's
go
in there?
inside. What's happening? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. This
Come
is
with
really
me.
immersive.
Come with me to this dark
Oh,
place.
there's a Rubik inside. Hello.
Hello there.
Oh, look, he paints his nails as well. You seen that?
Nope.
Yeah, he goes for a black.
Really?
Yeah, on his toes.
Oh, on his toes. Look at that. Maybe it's just dirt, man. No,
Okay.
he hit himself, you know? Like when you walk around and you hit into something, it turns to black.
Oh, that is the perfect shot. Look at that.
That's the perfect pause.
You just want
Don't you
Snako to look at that in
don't-
game and go,
Don't you just, at this point, whack him with the bow? Is it really optimal to stretch that arrow and
How would that
fire
work
it?
with strafe? Would you just like bludgeon him rapidly with the bow? Like
Yeah,
just punch him in the face.
So there are some blades on the ends of the bow. And
Oh,
you just
you're
keep
going
on-
full kind of like
Yeah,
swing
kung
back
fu,
and forth.
yeah,
No, I just
some-
want to see him like full on speed punch him.
Speed punching him with the bow. Or all right.
Yeah, like,
Just
'cause
take
his
out an
fist is
arrow
there.
and
His
stab
fist
him
is
in
there.
this- and look at this big boy.
I
Jeez.
love some of these cosmetics.
Yeah. Are we gonna see the river now? Is he's probably
Where
yeah.
we turned it to this point. The pause has been going on a while. We're now
Yeah.
going to try and anticipate where the camera's going
No,
next.
no.
To the lava.
I'm just saying he just came out from a bath. You know. He
Oh,
was just
okay. Yeah, he's
sunbathing.
appropriately dressed.
Yeah.
He's got a little spade. He's going, where? He's like,
Where's the beach at? Oh, I thought we were going to build sandcastles.
That's awesome. Look at the glasses, though.
I like the bubbles as well, actually. There's quite a nice little bit of detail. He is full in swag mode, though. You got to give him credit.
This hat on the right one as well, like the swimming one. I actually have to wear that on my swimming pool.
You do?
Yeah, I don't like that so much, but there are these rules.
Okay.
Oh, let's go into the nose and out of
Oh, look
the
at
nose,
that
a
beard.
shaker comes.
Magnificent beard.
That totem, though, it's so big.
He's got a whole kind of superhero look going on there. I prefer the kind of like, you see the mask one? Kind of like a Bane scenario, like, you know. So you got your choice. You're either...
Oh, these boys are scary.
You're
man.
either... Ooh, God. But you're either the Earthshaker the hero or you're Earthshaker Unchained sort of thing, right? They look like they've seen some stuff. What is this draft?
Ah!
This kind of gives you a new look on Hellbears. You know, you think they're these angry, annoying people, and then you realize they're actually just demented.
They're
and
so
horrified.
scared, man. They're horrified.
Like that's why they've been working out so much. They just want to protect themselves.
They killed the Wild Kings. Ah!
And then you've got these guys. The Granite Golems actually look really angry.
No, they just look derpy. Derp, derp, derp.
It actually looks like Ogre Magi +1.
Derp, derp, derp.
Look, Ogre Magi +1, right?
Derp, derp. Derp.
You're full on the derp train right now. aren't you?
I mean, just look at them. Oh, the skull. Very, very, very spoopy, scary skeletons.
You don't get this kind of level of map exploration anywhere else. No, only on the main cast coverage.
Man, this is my first long pause, I think.
You kind of get to the point where you can talk about anything. So you can be like, hey, how's your day going?
So it's been fine. I had my co-caster get flamed in the chat. I don't know if it was a real flame. It was more of a constructive criticism, I think. But
I'm sure.
Either way,
I didn't quite see
either
it.
way, I just have to tell you that I appreciate you, baby, and I like it. I like it. I understand you.
I like you too.
Maybe it's because we're in sync or something, but
we
definitely...
are so in sync.
I
We should start a
definitely
boy
understand
band
you.
called that. And
I know.
then we'll make the other one look like they forgot to put an eye in it. See? We're smart.
Oh, look at this water. I actually wouldn't mind going for a swim. Is there a... there
This
has
is
to be.
making- yeah,
Yo,
it's
production
making me want a swim pool.
crew, is there a swimming pool near our hotel in
No,
Kiev?
no, better one. All right, main cast. Next time you run an event, I want a beach cast. All right, we're going to cast from the beach for a few mojitos.
Oh, we've planned on that
We
already.
have. We want that to
talked
happen
about
for
that.
like a TI hub.
Yeah, Dota Pit has kind of had that idea already, but I don't know what's happening with them. They aren't really abusing the fact that they live in such a beautiful city.
Maybe it's the whole Twitch no nipples rule because you can't. Yeah, that you got to abide by that.
I don't know. I've actually been breaking that rule on my own stream so far.
Watch it. This is a very big stream. You might get noticed for that now.
Ah, whatever. No one noticed it so far though.
Maybe they were just too entranced.
I think they changed those rules. I think they did. Yeah, I celebrated with the one big nip stream, but...
Oh, okay. Is it maybe like if it's not the primary focus of your streams regularly?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Exactly. As long as it's not overly sexual or something.
It's like I had this weird...
My streams are never overly sexual. Or gachi. Never.
I had this weird bet where like someone was like, you should do like a kind of crazy rip your shirt off moment. I was like, well, I'm not that flexed out. But let's say I regularly start getting 100 views on my personal stream for like not just for playing Dota, not casting it. Then deal, I'll do it.
I mean,
it's going to involve ruining a nice shirt.
That almost happened yesterday without even wanting it here.
Oh yeah, so Liz came across to me. He's like, I hope this is the best. This is a 2-0. I was like, what? What's going on? He's like, my shirt is actually getting really, really tight.
It's popped, man. The buttons are gone. I need to stop eating so much on these casts.
Yeah, you know, you gotta stay well energized.
Yeah,
full
that's the
stomach,
thing. That's
ready
the
to
thing. You have to have energy to just talk so much.
Most importantly, you gotta have water. Maybe some of the Borjomi.
Please sell out some more. Please talk to me about Borjomi. What do you think about Borjomi mineral water?
Hangover cure. You told me yourself.
Yeah. The other day, though, after having a really nice night here, like the Borjomi was definitely...
After living the Ukrainian life, he recovered.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the cutest spider I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very cute. Look at that cute boy.
I would hug that spider, and I do not like spiders. Maybe it's the wings as well that kind of diffuses the intimidation.
No, it's the eyes, man. It's
definitely
the eyes. And that sweet little backpack. Oh, we're back.
Hello.
We're back where we started.
We've gone full loop. All right, favorite courier.
Favorite courier is this little tusk that I've been given.
Oh, you like the little tusk?
Yeah, so I'm rocking the little tusk. I usually had like, so I'm a support player and I had this, it was like $50 worth a lizard, like a gecko. But he had all these special effects. Someone donated that to me, like sent it to me. I always used that. But ever since I kind of stopped always playing support, I moved to the tusk just because it's cute.
I like the shagbark. Yeah, I remember. I think the guy was asked what inspired you to make that courier, and his reply was so simple. It was adorable. He said, "I like nature's prophet. And I like dogs."
Good. That's so awesome.
Interviewer didn't even bother to ask him anything more. He's like, "That'll do."
That's it. We're done here, man. Tell me, killer pigeon. Are you killing pigeon or killing pigeons or
no? You're a pigeon that's turned predator.
Ah,
so you're defending pigeon kind, yeah.
Oh, so you're standing up for all the
birds that have been downtrodden and stepped on and kicked.
That's actually very noble.
Very
cause.
noble indeed. Yeah,
indeed. Those flying rats, though I don't like them so much, but I can get behind that. They're burbs after all, adorable burbs.
They are. They're innocent. They just want a little bit of bread. They don't want to harm anyone. Now seagulls, they're evil, which is weird because Seagull the streamer is a really nice guy, but the bird itself is evil.
It isn't that evil. Come on.
Hey, you haven't
whenever
seen the stuff
whenever I fish, like seagulls are all around, and I enjoy having their company. Actually, they're all right.
That's. I mean, that could be spun in a nice light or a very depressing light, actually. But
why? Because I'm alone somewhere fishing. And
they talk to me.
I love that. It's very calming, though.
I think I think the coolest bird I've ever
seen. And they get
seen.
fed. I think that's why they're nice to me.
Okay, that's why. So you're friends because you feed them.
They're
one of those
just like my dogs. I mean, if I didn't have food, I don't think they'd like me as much.
They would probably eat you, actually.
That Pupan man, he's Alaskan Malamute. He's 50 kilograms right now.
The stories you tell at Bosnia, those dogs would eat you.
He's a beast. Oh, speaking about Bosnia, so next to my house, like 15 minutes away, more or less, a guy has 2 wolves, 2 bears, and a peacock, and he holds them in his yard. Like he actually has, those are his pets.
Okay.
It's his pets, man.
Is that regular for the area?
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat, okay. You're
no,
like, I don't want my country seem so out there.
I don't get it. Like, we're
back.
We're
Snake
back.
goes dead.
Soneko is out, but we're back, definitely. Blizzy is here, he's shining up, but he has no mana to pursue, so they're gonna get here. Oh, that ward has been dropped.
Yeah, they didn't see it though. It was from the high ground, so they are
Very curious placement of that ward, but
it's spotted the entire team coming in.
Yeah, and it's smart because it won't get easily devoured, so I understand it. It's nice.
I think it's because you immediately expect a response after you take that kill that deep. It's like, okay, Navi's going to come in, they're going to try and take control of the area and maybe put down a ward. So if you can scout them out, perfect.
Look at this though. This Huskar, he doesn't even have armlet, and it's minute 12, and they're going to actually try and go get him one more time.
They're going to make things worse, yeah.
The problem is Klinks might have to go low ground because he doesn't have his ultimate ready, actually.
Oh, Chu's happy. You got Shikuchi. He needs to be
Chu might
careful
run
how
into
Chu's
them.
far forward. They'll be able to find him, stun him up. They didn't bring detection though. The vision misses.
Chu!
Whoopsie.
There we go, boy. Nice.
Chu styling on the side of Lithium here.
And he breaks that smoke. He played that so well. Actually saved the Huskar and himself there. So well, very well played. Bravo.
I think my favorite part is that he's the one with detection out of everyone in that engagement. So there's 4 people there. No one on Lithium has a sentry.
Yeah, because...
I mean, why would you? There's no invis here, right?
Yeah, exactly. But very well played. Overall, Crystallize is... Yeah, he
he's
finished
got
that
the armlet.
armlet.
There
So he's also doing the halberd that we talked about. That
I mean, you have to this game.
It's so good. It's so good versus Klinks and Weaver. So it will definitely help them. However, they are still feeling really pressured. Tiny Sports
Tiny's
again.
coming in.
Mage. I think Mage is gonna.
Mage.
Can someone question mark? Please question mark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Suddenly Madar's like, we can't complain anymore. We've got to disconnect on the board. By the way.
No. No. Peter. All right, we need
Anyway,
to stop.
we need to stop that because there is an important thing to analyze here. Okay, my analista can go crazy on this one.
All right, tell me.
Weaver's probably going to die here actually, because if they touch him with the avalanche, they've got the scythe off cooldown.
Well, he hasn't ported yet.
Yeah, but he's about to complete it. The mage isn't moving away quick enough. There we go. He doesn't take a chance.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard to get him. Does the Tiny have a blink?
No, he
Doesn't?
most definitely doesn't. He's
Yes.
almost there. He's up to 1,600 gold.
Yeah, so because of that, they definitely couldn't kill him.
Look
Maybe
at
with
the jungle
a
though.
side start.
Huskar just got that armlet, but they're already trying to pressure him. The problem is they just notice he has the armlet, and suddenly they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, once he gets that armlet, it's very hard to continue the same pressure on the Huskar, as he can always turn on you. If you have the Klinks there, then definitely it's possible, but without the Klinks, you have to be careful. They have global here,
They're smoking.
so
They do have the
Mage
global.
has to be
Mage
careful.
comes forward. No, he's already paranoid. He knows something's wrong
he
here.
has his little bug senses here.
Well, he can't see anyone on the map at all.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, he's not stupid. All right, Bug's gonna have big brains.
Yeah, he's not stupid. What do you mean?
Why would you ever suggest that? Plexi with the D ward as well, and this is important because they actually need to establish vision in this jungle to make sure that they can always keep eyes on Huskar.
Well, Madara is having a good game as well. He's building into that diffusal. Lightstone might be turned into Medallion. It's pretty good versus Huskar as well.
Oh, maybe next time. They know he's here. They just hit him with the curse. He's going to have to run. And look at
Chu.
this Chu moving forward with Shikuchi. They see maybe next time. Look, he's just lift, get him out of the trees, break the trees, move across. Rinse and repeat. The fissure isn't going to help him. It's in fact stolen. Chu's happy with that.
-2.
Yeah, it's not so smart. Oh no! He was so close to completing the TP. He has got the Ghost Shroud. It'll protect him for a little bit, but he's been burnt up here. The TP is going to come from Huskar, but it's going to be too late. The Global Silence is there, but you've already lost your Necrophos, and now they're going to look to exit. Crystallize needs to be careful about this.
I think that silence was way too late.
It was wasted.
And
It was
I'm
completely
pretty
wasted.
certain it didn't have to be wasted. If they used it earlier, he would have survived. And that port,
And
someone
now,
cancelled it.
this is punishment for you misusing your Global Silence, guys.
You don't have your global, now you have to run, basically. But what's good is that Tiny has been whacking on that top tower. He probably has that blink now as well, or is getting significantly closer to it. So that will help.
They are going to hang around trying to push this tower, but Madara doesn't have any mana. He needs to start ferrying out the clarities. That's the life of anyone these days, as clarities are so damn good.
Right, Crystallize, not pushing mid.
He did actually pick up a Soul Ring here as well, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. He picked it up very early. Basically, it's a good build-up. Like the 2 gauntlets,
Yeah.
it helps out.
Now that's fair as well, because he was being pressured a lot, so he would have needed the inner vitalities regularly. Look at this. Maybe next time's going to be spotted out. Chew there, lift back. They'll have the last word. The fish is going to come out, and he won't get a chance to do diddly squat. He's just going to fall.
Maybe next time losing a lot of intelligence here. He might become
He's becoming a very stupid shaker.
very dumb boy, yeah.
Crystallize moves into the pit here. This is brave, actually.
Stun? Stun?
You need to be careful.
He definitely needs to be careful.
Yeah, he needs his team here. The good news is, without the Earthshaker, there's no big Echo Slam coming in. The split's on cooldown because of what they've done in the bot lane.
used. You know what? This is always a big issue when playing versus Huskar. If you use a big ultimate somewhere else. Bash!
Avalanche blink in, they're going to go for it. Bash doesn't kill him off, but Ogre will be killed off. The Swarm's going to come in, but Crystallize.
Did you
he
see
managed
it?
to live, yeah. He almost went down. He'll get the Aegis, he'll live. They'll even get a bonus kill on the Ogre.
He actually had so much luck there. That bash could have ended him.
It really could have. In fairness, it was so low that anyone could go and finish it off. But
Yeah, but still.
yeah, they weren't there
Still,
tanking because they
yeah.
noticed Ogre was coming for the DD.
They want him to have that Aegis. Oh,
Right, tap falls. They've found Madara in the bot lane, though. They can use the Scythe whenever they want. They're going to chase him down. He's dusted up, so he moves pretty slow. He's about to reveal the creep wave, and there it is. Scythe slams into his face. Enjoy your 60 seconds on the sideline. At least he's got a defusal, though.
You know what's the problem? Like Team Lithium, they have this Panda who has had a good game, but the problem with him is his cooldowns are long. And because of that, Navi is able to just pressure them and make this game go a bit faster. They can rotate, they don't need to wait for any spells. They have this Tiny that's always ready with a blink. And because of that, I mean, the global is the only big spell that you care about, but it doesn't have to be there for these pickoffs to happen. While you need the Panda ulti to fight.
Exactly, and the fact that Tiny has his blink already, maybe next time he's still waiting on his, is a big deal because in the next 2-3 minutes, especially with that Aegis,
Yeah,
you could easily see Navi take
They're going to
2-3
take
towers.
everything, yeah. They're going to go and try and take everything at least. Mid lane, Silencer is probably going to be Doan here. Yeah, Blink from Kazu
Moving in.
doesn't go for him.
They want to give his tower because this is one of the big reasons it was hard to try and approach that Roche pit, is there's always TPs to the tower.
TPs to this tower, TPs to Shrine, you don't know where they're going to come from, and Roshan is just way too hard to contest.
They respect that. They let the tier 1 fall because they are pressuring on top.
Well, Huskar did go away from the lane and is pressuring the jungle creeps a little bit. He's going to pressure them to die.
Pressure.
Pressuring
Peer
the jungle.
pressure them.
Yeah.
God, you're worthless. You're going to do nothing with your life, you stupid little ancient.
Stupid little wildkin. Go away. Let the Centaur come back on your
Oh,
spot.
look, a satyr. Oh, I killed everyone in this camp. Who are you regenning? Wow.
All right.
Don't
all right.
got dark in the jungle. I mean, the jungle was already feeling half dead. Now we killed it from a kind of, psychological perspective as well.
We're gonna see a smoke coming from. Well, I think Navi smoked. I don't know. The way they're moving,
They are.
the way they're moving, I feel like they are.
We
don't
have
see
these
it.
wonderful smoke icons.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, there we go.
Dust and celebrations.
Oh, look,
Snake
these
doesn't ping them.
icons, so good.
Yeah. I should have
Wow.
told you about this sooner.
I saw it later, but I forgot about it. That's all.
You even have a little Aegis. Look at that.
I know. Even the gem is there,
Yeah, the
right?
gem shop as well. It's pretty nice.
Man, the technology, we're getting there, man. Everything is here.
One day, we start like this. One day we'll be able to cure Salt. Maybe next time.
He has this blink.
He does. Does he want to go for it though? Because his team is nowhere nearby.
Yeah, it's.
I would advise waiting, not TPing out. Okay, he's going to blink away.
He actually might go creep skip, or just TP away.
I'd rather see him just wait, get his team set up at the tower, and then backstab with a big echo. Because they don't know about this blink yet.
It's gonna be hard for him to. Yeah, he's gonna creep skip.
It's not going to achieve too much. They'll still get the tier 1.
It's gonna stop them from going for the tier 2, and that's the thing.
Meanwhile,
So-
tier 1, the Salt does
Yeah,
fall.
so you're basically forced to either unfavorably trade. Actually, Ogre might. Never mind, they're gonna fall back. I was thinking maybe Ogre tanks the tower and then they go in, but instead they're just gonna go and defend their tier 2.
Yep, Madara's going to move away. Sentry does go down. He's out of range for a dust, and they
Yeah.
don't have any on him.
You have to respect the pushing power of Team Lithium. Like they push very fast with that Clinks plus Weaver. So yeah. The halberd is completed on Crystallize. I think this is their huge power spike, and it's actually running away as that Aegis is running out too. So
Yeah, they got some time left. They need to actually just try and pressure hard on these tier 2s though. They are very defensive right now. Understandably, seeing as Lithium do have the split, they've got the echo. They're assuming there's going to be an Earthshaker with a blink at this point.
Crystallize is on mid already. Well, they saw the shaker, right?
Yeah, he's been pushing bots. They've seen it now.
So they saw it, and at the same time, they are converging around mid, but
They're reluctant though because of global silence.
they can wait 40 seconds though. They can do that. Drunk can haze him, then wait a bit, and then after the 30 seconds, because every good team, they all know exactly when Aegis is going to run out. Even in your pubs, you might have seen players write it down. It's becoming a bit more common in the last year at least.
Yeah, the big challenge is finding captains that can count all the ults as well. That was always something that Puppy especially got a lot of recognition for in the early days.
Yeah, right now it's very common.
Yeah, it's
like
very common at this stage.
Yeah.
Like that's not an advantage anymore, but it's more like a standard.
Every team that I was in, even you always have one player that remembers when it was used, and then someone that just calculates the timer.
There you go, Aegis reclaimed. They did at least get the tier 2 in the mid lane, which does split the map a little bit in terms of how Lithium can respond to ganks on the R lanes.
It's true, but so far, honestly, Lithium has been quite okay. They did not allow themselves to be drawn into these unnecessary fights versus Huskar with Aegis, and because of that, maybe the next fight that they take is going to be in their favor. They can still take good fights. Huskar is all alone here. There is Global to back him up, though.
And it's close to the base. This will be risky. If he comes to you, though, maybe.
You see that scan that
yeah,
they did?
see this backup.
So basically what they did is they were thinking about going for the Huskar, but they scanned behind him just to make sure that he isn't a dangler.
Yeah, they think he's dangling, and as a result, in the top lane, Avalanche going to come out. They might be able to do enough damage to Kezu here. Scythe, nope, they don't throw it out in time. Split's going to be used. Blizzard's going to try and run it off, but he shouldn't be able to escape. The TP coming in Earthshaker should be an easy cleanup onto this Tiny.
They should be able to kill him indeed.
Take a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's going to take them a bit of time, but they should be able to clean him up. So they do take Tiny, but what are the upsides for Navi? You forced everyone top, and Kezu used his split. And you lost your Tiny, yes, but that Tiny, when he gets back to life, you're going to have a lot of time before that Brew split is up again, right? So you're going to have like 60 seconds to work with.
Yeah, looks pretty nice for the side of Navi from that perspective, especially seeing as Blizzy's not exactly filthy rich. No, he's sitting pretty far down in terms of net worth.
Exactly. And to be honest, right now he doesn't have to have a lot more. What does a Tiny really need? He needs to blink in and use some spells, and that's it. In this game, it's great if he gets more farm, definitely, because this Huskar, he might fall off as well. You're playing versus Klink's Weaver. It's not the most optimal Huskar game either. They can hit quite hard.
Indeed. And the important part is that Huskar is now top net worth, and he's heading towards that AC, which I really like against the Klinks. It's pretty damn handy, because with the Weaver farming really well, it's not just about the Klinks anymore. You can disarm him, but then Weaver's still partying on your face. So all in all, so far I'd say Huskar's itemization has been on point.
It has been, definitely. The armor is necessary, the halberd, as you just mentioned, is definitely necessary too. I definitely agree with his item progression so far.
I do agree with this as well, the BKB from Madara. I think you need it.
Soneko.
Take this fight down. Soneko's... Oh, no, they didn't see him. He's going to ward up.
He's
going to
be
careful about this. No, they finally do. No, he's going to TB. He's
maybe
going to
next
make it
time.
up. Mage looked in all the wrong places, and maybe next time he can just blind vision there.
How do you miss that? They saw him. I mean, I understand Mage. He thought.
Yeah,
that,
but from there, MNT should
yeah,
know
but
the
MNT,
only place he can be.
Why would MNT go so far to the right? Like, maybe he was searching for someone else.
Maybe he's not sure what a Silencer or Rubik looks like, so he thought it was the Rubik with Shikuchi.
Yeah, maybe he catches Silencer next time.
I mean, we don't know. We got God Vision. We don't know how long the vision was there for, so maybe it was a quick glimpse, and they didn't quite see which hero it was.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's
Pexu. Let's watch him die. Lift back. Looks like he's in a lot of trouble. The Scythe into his face. The hate for the Ogre Magi.
Get that for 60. At the same time, though, Soneko, maybe this time he dies. They get him.
They do get him this time, but he's dead for half the time of this Ogre.
The sight, the power of the sights is definitely there.
I do like these pickoffs as well, because you focus things on the Ogre that can buff up people and then go for these ganks. Because if you go for the Earthshaker and you do one step wrong, you've just given an Echo Slam opportunity. It's risky.
This push on top is also very risky. Brew does have that split, and the Weaver has double damage. No,
they heard you, Coach Liz. They're moving away.
They're instantly moving away. Yeah, I mean, they don't have an Ogre, but an Ogre, honestly, this isn't his prime time. So even if he's dead, whatever, it's just an Ogre. The Bloodlust is going to be missed. A few stuns are going to be missed, but it's not really... Oh, well, they're going to actually continue.
All right, they're dangling.
Yeah.
They know there's no scan either, so this is good.
They see Mage.
Yeah, but do you really want to jump mage? I think you need to know.
No,
where
I'm
Clinks
just
is at all
saying.
times.
I'm just saying they see him, so they're basically waiting to see what's gonna happen. Mage has BKB, so it's very hard for them to blow him up unless the Tiny catches him.
At this stage, I think the most crucial thing is if Team Lithium can keep Earthshaker alive, because
Look
Roche
at-
is back up and Na'Vi have got to be thinking about it, but
Look
there's
at
going to
the
be smoke coming out from Lithium.
So basically, they have an option to catch Tiny and Rubik here, but they're moving in the wrong direction. Are they drawing a line to go for Huskar?
Yep, it's like global stance to the top lane. BKB comes out with mage in time, and now he's going to move forward. Chu does use the time lapse to move away. Says, see you later, Blizzy. Shadow Amulet will buy him a little bit of time, but they should have detection. Nope.
Maybe next time?
Please tell me they do this time. Yes, they do. Sentry goes out. They see Blizzy to kill him off. Global stance was used there, and sure you get a 10-second BKB, but not worth it.
Yeah, I think so as well, as they might transform this into a Roche. I won't be too surprised if they try and do that, because Tiny is dead. They have 30 seconds to go for this Roche. And right now, it doesn't even look like Na'Vi is interested in contesting it. They're just going to take control of the bottom part of the map instead.
They're moving in the mid as well, so maybe they get a bit of chip damage in on the tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really great for Na'Vi, because they're giving away Aegis and Cheese, and they're playing a Huskar lineup. Like, that's very costly, the way they died on top.
This could be costly too. The Fissure blocks
He's
in Arc
blocked.
here.
He's
He was
blocked.
going to come out. He can't escape. He says, Chu, help me, please. He just time-lapses away. Blocks in return with the Fissure. The Scythe's going to come out. Maybe next time. He oversteps the mark and he pays the price for it.
Mage has no mana actually to follow up.
Yeah, Arc's in trouble though.
That's
He's been
Ghost.
found. He has the Ghost. Going to buy himself a few seconds. Mage doesn't have any mana, but it won't matter. He's surrounded. Arc should fall. The Fissure's good. Buys him 2 more seconds, but he's stunned up and dead.
I actually think he could have ported out because Bexu was so far away. So maybe Ghost and port out from the right side there. Not certain that would have worked though.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. I think in that scenario, though, they might just make the shout, and then Pexu does have enough time to move across.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But all in all, 1-for-1 trade. Yes, it's your Necrophos, but
You
you've
force them.
said,
The thing is, yeah, this is the good thing for Na'Vi. You force them to go on their side of the map instead of instantly pressuring you after taking that Roshan. So that's kind of alright. But Team Lithium, man, they're in control of this game, and they have been for quite a while now. Na'Vi, it's their turn to. Oh, they're going for
Lizzie
the
making
mage.
a move. Avalanche there. Just
Sure.
reveal the toss as well. They got enough damage. Mage does get the time lapse out. Suddenly, they need to run. Blizzy, spotted out by the Swarm, is going to be TP out from Tube. Blizzy could just go for the TP, but he doesn't have a 10 more seconds.
He just goes invis.
Yeah, they ping him.
Ogre is coming though. Oh,
You be careful
Suneko.
top. Seneca's in trouble and will be falling. And
Oh,
so
the
that
splits
comes
as
out.
well.
They saw the Huskar as well. They're finally going to Blizzy, be able to run him down here. No escape from this, but in the top, Crystallize been found, stunned up. He's going to be forced to fight. I'm not sure if he can. This arm does come out Clinks, force him to the skeleton walk, but the stun control is good from MNT, and Huskar will be falling. Take him maybe next time with maybe. No, he's
I
okay.
don't think so. Yeah.
He only got 4 burner spears.
It's very interesting that Blizzy didn't use that Shadow Amulet to blink out. He remained at the same spot, and then they killed him on the bottom lane. That was a very unnecessary death for the Tiny. I didn't know what was happening on top, so I don't know why Huskar was so deep, but
It's kind of weird actually, because you see Tiny and this kind of thing that Huskar was doing so well, but Necrophos with a lot of gold isn't as impactful as a Tiny. You want your Tiny to have that net worth. If your Necro is getting dumpsters, so what? He gives you a scythe, it's
yeah,
worthwhile.
he gives the sight and that's it. While Tiny could do more with items. You're definitely correct there. And Tiny,
Tiny
speaking
is
of
here.
him,
Fissure comes in. They're going to move in. Avalanche. The toss will be there. Clint's going to get low. Not low enough. Easy cheese. The BKB going to work. Global Sun's going to come up. But Chu's already low. Blizzy trying to hide it with the Shadow Armor. They don't quite see him. Arc needs to move away. Spirit Vessel's on him. Go throw out the side. The damage is not enough. Kezu's going to survive a little bit longer. He will finally go down. On the side, Blizzy will fall as well. So Madara,
Huskar's
he's starting to assert dominance. Huskar is coming. And there's the Echo Slam coming out. The damage is big. Arc is still alive. And Clinks has been found. The turnaround is going to occur here. And maybe
Mage
next
is
time,
coming.
you think about going in. Mage has finally arrived. He's the one with the Aegis. Seneko getting low, trying to chase through. The BKB is going to be Mage. Needs to be careful. Goes down once.
there's Fissure now. He can help him, definitely.
He needs to help him here. The Fissure does come out. Mage will be able to get the kill, and we'll do the hit and run. But the Life Breaker's there. They do see him. 4 staff away. Crystallize can't pursue any further, or can he? The slow is still on Mage. The Yules is going to come out. They need someone else, though. And Rubik's nowhere nearby. Finally showing up. Chu
Sure.
is there. There you go. The
Lift.
lift's going to be there. They found the Weaver. They're going to bring back in and kill him off. And that is a huge turn of the tides for Na'Vi.
Man, that fight was so amazing for Na'Vi, honestly. Even though they were fighting without their full numbers there. They first go onto the Klinks, they don't manage to kill him. They TP in one by one, but that Klinks, he loses his ultimate. He doesn't really hit hard because of that. Doesn't really have a lot of HP. Necro survives for such a long time there. They take down Kezu. Weaver actually, and maybe next time. It felt like they were a little bit late there, right? At least the Weaver, he came super late to that fight. He wasn't really, he was definitely taking his time.
Your Aegis carry probably should be participating in a big team.
Yeah, exactly. So once that Klinks dies, look at this. They were completely in control of the game, and after that,
not so much
very
anymore.
bad team fight. Yet Arc has Radiance, and that Necro that we talked about, we said that he does not.
Kezi moving in, Split comes out. This is just to slow him down, or is it? Madara comes on the back foot, the BKB going to work here. Blizzy trying to cover, but no, he just stunned himself up. Avalanche comes out, but it's too late. Huskar's down, the Shadow Ramp is going to be there, but so's the Dust. He's going to fall. Arc needs to get the hell out of dodge. Goes shrouded up, trying to move away. The Eldius does go pop, but he's still stunned up. He can't move away from this. The Spirit Vessel's on top of him, and he should be falling. Pex, who's going to tick out, but looks of it though. He does go down. Arc takes someone with him, but he'll still fall. Stun control is just overwhelming. Chu on the back foot, just trying to be annoying. Shikuchi away. They're going to keep chasing. They might be able to find him. Yep, there's the final tap. They're getting with the final arrow.
At the same time, Suneko, he does not have a port, so
he's stuck here.
And
they know the swarm's going to come through.
I don't even know.
See him.
I don't even know. Like this.
The pings, they finally spotted him. Suneko's stuck and dead.
Yeah, the jokes were real, but they still get him. And like from Team Lithium being overly optimistic and dying on that tier 2 to Navi doing the same thing on that tier 3 mid. So yeah, both teams kind of not really taking their time to think through these movements, but instead they rush them and they pay the ultimate price of being wiped.
And this is problematic. The good news is the tier 2 is still up in mid, and this is the lane that Lithium are committed to. So you will have your heroes up for that, and you will have the global stance available. While on the other side, Kezu does not have his split yet. You do have an Echo Slam though. The problem is your Shaker is nowhere nearby. Be careful about this. Crystallize moving in, light break across. There it is, return with the lowest. Crystallize trying to go to work. Chu with the lift back. They want this kill into the brew. They're going to punish Kezu. The avalanche through. Mage with the BKB trying to go to work, but you can't fight up against the Huskar like this. He needs to retreat. That's a full defensive BKB. I'm wondering why he even used it.
Well, he goes in, tries to take down Crystallize, but there's no way. This is one tanky Huskar. With that AC, they definitely need to invest more to kill him.
I mean, let's be totally honest here. He could have been punished harder because Weaver sitting there, BKBs, global stance is available. He could have easily been punished.
No, definitely. They had ways of killing him there. Oh, well,
it's being killed. The man with the global stance just fell in the bot lane. Why is like you can't make these moves?
Suneko is definitely dying a bit
too much.
Too much to Madara. Madara has 15 kills now, and half of those are on Suneko.
I mean, that's the thing. You get to this point in the game, the support's job is to just bodyguard. You tank a gank, whatever. But especially with Silencer, you need to make sure you survive because the global silence is worth it all.
Yep, he's done a good job though, sacrificing himself there to outpush some lanes, and because of that he has been dying, but it's not too horrible. They have a gem now on Tiny, so it should be easier for them to take control of the map.
It's important this as well because Roche will be up soon, so if you can just completely deward that area, then it's very hard for the side of Lithium to just jump in.
I wouldn't mind seeing Suneko with some Ghost or Glimmer perhaps to help him versus the Lynx.
That would be the dream, but so far he's been so committed to buying wards, he has no money.
I mean, I understand that completely. When you're playing a position 5 in a game such as this one versus Lynx and Weaver, you have to. There, he gets the Ghost.
Scores one.
Yeah, what level is he? He's level 16, so that's why. He gets the talent for the gold, and with that talent, but it's 120 gold per minute, he gets enough gold
this
to buy
isn't pub stop Sansa. This isn't I'm out with my team doing things. This is I'm sitting in my base, pushing out the wave, pushing in. Covering you with a global silence.
Yeah, I still love the fact that he has that talent because it's so significant for a position 5. Now, next fight though, Huskar is going to have that BKB. It isn't super effective versus the MKB and the Klinks that still is going to hit him really hard.
Oh, the smoke's going to clash here on the high ground for both. The global silence comes out though, Nanik is going to ensue the own disc remark, and now Crystallize with the BKB trying to go to work. Madara's got his own one up though. He needs to move away from this. If he's just going to be there to interrupt them, it looks like they're going to get killed in the silence, but he doesn't care. He's already used his big ult. Crystallize standing his ground, Pexu taking a lot of damage. Major on the back foot chasing on the Blizzy. He should be able to find this. Spirit Vessel on top of Crystallize. He debuffs it, but it's too late. Pexu will still fall, and Chu being chased onto. Maybe next time zone him out the whole time. And Arc left behind, no one to help him. He will go down. And Weaver, he didn't even have to die on that. They only lose the Ogre, and they get 4 kills.
Weaver did die, but he bought back.
Oh
and
yeah, he time-lapse, yeah.
He time-lapse back in, which is actually amazing. Yeah, you do die, but after you come back, you just help your team so much because you give them that extra damage needed to kill the Huskar. And
I mean, in fairness, he almost died a second time, but it didn't matter because Klinks was so decisive.
Oh, that's what you meant. He didn't die twice. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But overall, that's what I was talking about. They have this BKB, but they don't... You know what he needs? He needs a Satanic, and he doesn't have it.
He doesn't. Necrofrost at least has his buyback. Huskar does not, and this could be an easy lane.
This lane should fall. Arc might
If Arc
decide,
overextends, he could decide this game with a death.
He has to be careful, definitely.
Careful, Avalanche. There's 4 staff away. Kezu's still alive here. Echo Slam. Turn around, though. They'll find the kill on the Rubik, and Blizzy just melts. And Arc is going to run for the high heels. The crickets come out appropriately. Senega's going to be chased down. Mage wants his kill, but the Ghost Scepter's there, who time maps away.
True.
But they just secured the racks.
They secure top racks. Huskar is up in 9 seconds, and he should be able to help his team defend the mid racks. So they should only lose one side. The Echo is gone. Huskar is up. Rubik can buyback. I think you have to defend this rush. If you let them, you should understand that they are going for rush. And if you let them rush, you might find yourself in a really bad position, because this is also the cheese and the refresher, if I'm correct.
Yeah, which could be big for either the Earthshaker or the Brewmaster, and they are melting through it fast. You need to move right now.
It doesn't look like they're ready to fight this. This rush should be gone, actually.
Yep, it's just going to disappear. It's too late, Na'Vi. They were busy pushing out mid, and as a result, that's going to be Aegis on the Weaver.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's definitely a hard position to fight in, but I think maybe risking that would be worth it. I'm not certain, though. We'll see. But taking 2 Aegises away from Huskar is definitely a good way to win versus Huskar.
Yeah, this hero is definitely snowball oriented, and of course Huskar, I mean, his talents help a little bit more in the late game, but he does tend to curb off, whereas you're up against the Klinks.
Yeah, that last fight, though, if he had something like a Satanic, it would have been completely different. Sadly for him, he doesn't, and he uses that ultimate a bit too late to shake off the vessel, and yeah, it's a hard game for him right now, as there's a Hex on Klinks as well.
Yep, this is where it gets worrying, because Klinks doesn't really need, he doesn't need a partner in crime. He can just go and look for solo kills at this stage.
Which he was doing the whole game, to be honest, right? But yeah, now
admittedly, now it's like anyone is fair game.
Yeah, he's had such a great game, though. 20,000 net worth right now on Madara's Klinks. Like, he has everything he needs, basically. He's going for that Orchid into Bloodthorn, most likely. I actually think that would have been just as good instead of the Hex, but yeah, he decided to go for Hex first. I respect that. It's also very good item progression.
They did give the Refresher Shard to the Brewmaster, so double split available.
Yeah, you're going to have 2 splits next fight.
And even if you just use it for pushing, it is very strong.
That top fight, by the way, that's the first time I see a very good Echo this game.
Yeah.
Or an effective Echo, that is. And Na'Vi, they definitely got caught out by that.
Didn't see it coming, and as a result, they lose an entire lane. They've still got 2 to protect, though. And Lithium, they're being smart about this. They are not rushing to try and end this.
Yeah, they're being really cautious, considering how this game has went so far and how many times they've been punished when they weren't cautious enough. I respect this. I definitely do. They have everything they need, though, to close this up, to slowly poke down the towers. But you're playing versus a Tiny. He can jump in. He can toss you back into the base. Then perhaps they global. There are ways for Na'Vi to win fights. And because of that, you definitely have to respect the high ground push, the high ground defense, that is.
Yep, Team Lithium with the means to end, but now they have to prove the execution.
Exactly.
But Team Lithium, they do have a long time left in this Aegis, so they don't have to force themselves into a quick rush.
Yeah, not at all.
Scenario.
Perhaps, I mean, they just need to find the right opening, and with this smoke, they just might.
They need to do something with it eventually, because the thing right now is Na'Vi, I know what they're doing on the side of Lithium. They're like, okay, someone's going to push out. Surely someone's going to leave the high ground for just a second, but Na'Vi are being very disciplined about this.
There's no reason for them to get out. Yeah, they need items, but when you're in a situation such as this one, you should know that every time you move out, you're going to be spotted, either by the creeps or the wards.
They have been spotted. Things coming out Tiny. They're going to be poured onto him. He's been turned into a piggy. Blizzy will get him in time, though. He's fine.
Yeah, Tiny's.
God bless that status resistance.
Yeah, that hero is just a little bit way too
Chu
tanky now.
moving
Chu.
forward. They found the Clinks. He's been dangled with the global science, and the Cypher's down. He's gone. 150 seconds. BKB on Mage trying to go work, but Crystallize will stand his ground. They need to move away from this. Kezu, low stormed up, thinking about going for the split, but there's Yules coming out in return. Stuns are good. They're going to get Crystallized low, but not low enough. The BKB's going to be there. Split's going to come out. And now the buyback coming out from Rubik, trying to get involved. But Clinks, he doesn't have one to get involved right now. He could use it, but he's nowhere nearby. And Kezu, he is dying. He's going to be melted through so quickly.
Where's the
trying
last
to move
panda?
away. He's on the run. But it looks like he'll make it out. He's way too fast with that Tornado Panda.
That last panda, it eluded. I didn't see if he already died with it or not, so that's really good. He managed to survive.
That is a big deal, though. You do expend the Rubik buyback, but more importantly, Clinks is so greedy about it. He doesn't want to commit his own buyback, which means when he's up, Aegis is going to be gone.
I think their problem is the Clinks kind of went alone there to try and get that pick off on Tiny, which made
It's
Navi,
not the optimal target.
which made Navi aware. Oh, Arc.
Now, did you find Arc here?
But
Mage,
it's only
gonna throw
Mage,
the
and
swarm
maybe
out.
next time though.
Needs
They
to
have to be careful.
Blink from Chu going pretty deep. He's going to get the steal with the fissure. There it is. Needs to move away though. Kezu's coming across now. They go Scepter to protect him. Going to run him down though. The dust reveal as well. And Arc is surrounded. Split comes out. The refresher shot. They're going to go to town. Jump in by Blizzy. Looking for this opportunity. He's going to get Weaver low. The time lapse is there. Now chasing on Arc. Going to go for the TB out boldly, but gets interrupted with the stun. He's dead. No way he gets out of this anymore. Spirit Vessel still ticking him down. The final tap should be there with the body blocks. They throw a rock.
They get
punch him in the face. And Huskar. Uh-oh. He's far out. Do they go for this? The stuns are going to be there. Mage thinking about moving in. He's low on HP, and Blizzy will zone them out.
I think you just go back. You're satisfied that the Necro is dead for 120. Your Clinks is going to be alive in 40. After that, perhaps you push 4 versus 5, because that was a huge kill for you. So overall, really well played by Team Lithium. I thought that they might even get punished there for their aggression on Necro, as he's really hard to kill. But they actually managed to take him down without losing anything. They don't have the Aegis anymore though, so there's that. The next fight that happens, it's if they wait for the Necro to respawn, it's again going to be on even terms. So
It's really good at Lithium to observe the scenario. They saw that Na'Vi was spread. They had someone shown in the top lane. As a result, they can go for that kill that usually would be a little bit too risky, because with Necrophos, he took a long time to die.
Crystallize has to be careful. There's no reason for Lithium to wait any longer.
I do like this Ags pick up, because one of the biggest issues he's suffering from right now is he's just basically needing to purge so many spells.
Yeah, Axe is going to be really good versus the spells, versus the Vessel as well. I'm sad that he cannot go for that Satanic, which was which was in his quick buy before, because that would basically make him able to 1v5 them if it comes to that, right? He can stand in front and with that BKB and Satanic just survive for an extended period of time.
The Ogre is so tanky, you can't just eliminate first. And oh, there's a jump in, the toss through, BKB and Crystallize, but they're going to go on Blizzy first. They get rid of him, and trapped outside his base, they're going to run him down. Madara with a double kill, the buybacks come out. Glyph's going to be used. Can you hold? You got the Global Science to work with, 15 seconds until your Necrophos is up. Cyclone just controlling the Tiny, they're going to go for buildings instead.
10 seconds until Necro is up. Perhaps you have one more side, and then you defend it. You don't go for this fight right now.
All right, comes out. Party time. Kezu says, I want to finish this game. He's an initiation. Please looking to move in. There's a lift. The Global Sun come out. There's Scythe down. They'll get rid of the Clinks again. There's going to be the Mage going with the BKB, looking to run through it. He'll get rid of Blizzy first and just run on by. Crystallize with his own BKB is going to run out soon. Mage will just look to escape because of the time lapse. Walks straight back in the trap, and Kezu, oh, the dunk is big! Nice stun coming out, now the controller's there, they're going to go to Crystallize. The BKB running out means the Spirit Vessel has maximum effect, and he's locked down, he can't do anything. There it is, jumps in the light break, he gets rid of maybe next time, and now the Spirit Vessel renewed, he needs to move away. Kezu just diving onto this, he wants to kill, he'll get it! That's the big one they need. Now Arc, he needs to retreat, be careful here. You've still got 1 Rax left, but Kezu's trying to make sure that's not the case. He is hitting way too hard with these pandas, and it's going to be mega creeps. Fissure coming out. Kezu, lift back. They might be able to make him pay for this. But they want to reinitiate. Mage is thinking about it, decides against it. They're going to leave him behind and say, Kezu, if you make it out, good luck. He's the cheese. There's the Yules coming out in return. And Chu overstepped the mark. Spirit Vessel going to move away with the Ghost Shroud. Or rather, the Ghost Scepter. Oh, there's a split again. Not a long cooldown. And Arc's been found this time. Chu's going to die to Mage. And Arc's too far out. The Spirit Vessel's going to be there. They're going to run him down. And this is looking like game. The buyback's going to come out. But what can you do now? They go for the throne. Good luck, Arc. I mean, you haven't got the right clicks here. This is the problem. No Scythe either. Knock on the buildings, they'll knock on the throne. Arc get up with Spirit Vessel. Yules is going to come out.
Arc. You can do it.
Go, chase down, go Scepter's there. Mage doesn't care though. Arc Buying enough time, maybe. Mage has to use the time lapse. He's still low on HP, but Arc is even lower. He's going to fall. Mage going for it. He wants to kill Nasaneko as well. He'll find it.
Gets him.
And that is GG as Na'Vi lose game 2.
Man, what a game, actually. With all those pauses, though, I understand why both teams were making so many mistakes. I mean, those pauses, they can definitely mess with your mind, and the strategy and everything. You have a plan, you go for such a long break. That was like, I don't know, the way we talked, it felt like 15 minutes or something, honestly.
It felt a little bit longer, maybe.
Yeah, so...
But we passed the time beautifully.
Yeah, we did somewhat. I don't know if the chat agrees with how we felt about it, but overall, when you have such a long pause, basically what happens to you is you lose yourself a little bit. You don't understand. You can't remember the thought process, the steps that you were about to take. So it kind of makes you a little bit shaky, and it was really obvious in this game. It was very apparent that they were making some moves that they usually would not have made. So
I think the way to look at it is it's kind of like, you know, you're pumped up, you're ready to go, you're going, the game's going okay, and then suddenly someone's saying stop.
Yeah, suddenly someone resets everything. The team that's under pressure, they get some breathing space. They figure out what's necessary, and you're there like just wanting to continue doing the same, but they've already kind of adapted to it, and it's kind of always in the favor of the team that's losing.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a music track. It's like, oh, the beats building up was good, and then it's just like blank noise for 2 minutes.
Overall, though, we've been watching Lithium for quite a while, and these players were playing well, but this game Kezu has done a lot. Like, yeah, he was 1v1 with that Panda. He has had a really good lane, but
that's the thing.
Brew was really good.
There's two sides to this. You can have a good start, but then you got to execute on that good start. It's the same as you said. They had the items to end. They needed to prove they could, and they did. And as a result of that, we'll be going to game 3. We're going to have a short break, and then we'll be back with Na'Vi versus Lithium game 3. Stay tuned.